Why do architects don't get paid in India? Is it the skills? Or is it the COA? Or the entire government of India is at fault? In this video, I'm trying to break down the reasons of why architects are not getting paid in India. What are the reasons behind it? This video will be a very helpful video if you are looking to improve your architecture skills or if you want to know more about architecture industry in India. So without any delays, let's get started with the video, guys. First, guys, let's see the statistics. 80% of the fresh graduate architects in India say that their first salary is around 15,000 rupees to 20,000 rupees per month. Yes, you heard me right. And surprisingly, this salary figure also correlates with the salaries of drivers and the security guards. So just imagine you have graduated, you have completed a 5 years architecture degree, investing more than 10 lakh rupees into your entire education. That is also very less what I'm quoting right now. It's more than that. But after that, you are getting this much. So let's talk about the first reason. First reason is the supply. So in India, we have around 470 colleges and which produce around 20,000 architecture graduates per year. Okay, now you can question me. I know a lot of you will question me. 20,000 architects per year, it's not a big number. We produce a lot more engineers than architects. In India, we have a lot of informal sectors as well, which are captured by contractors. So half of the entire India is rural India. And this entire rural India, they haven't even heard about the word architect. A lot of people haven't heard any architecture word or architecture profession. This entire sector is catered by informal designers. That are your contractors, your laborers, some laborers who have gained some experience, they become contractors and they start doing drawings and designing. So that's the problem what is happening. So a majority of work, a chunk of work has been taken away from architecture industry already over here. Now, what happens to those 20,000 architects who graduate? So most of the architecture students look for the corporate jobs or they look for architecture firms. Like how I did. I graduated and I went to work for a firm. So now what happens here? Why do architecture firms are not paying architects well? So the thing is, remember the figure of 20,000 architects? So this kind of number has been growing up since past 50 years and there have been a lot of architecture firms surge in India. So there is a competition. There is a huge cutthroat competition that is happening in India wherever architects are still valid. So when competition becomes high, you have to bring your margins down, you have to bring your profit down, and to be in the competition, you have to cut down the profits, the salaries, the margins in every corner. And in India, we know the winner is always the lowest bidder, no matter what the quality is. So that's what is happening in this kind of formal seatings. Reason number 2 is lack of bylaws. Yes, we learn bylaws, we practice bylaws, but guys, in India, it's not a mandate that you need an architect's stamp or a signature to get your drawings approved. Yes, you heard me right. This decision was of Supreme Court and COA also accepted this decision, and right now any residential complex or residential project can be taken up by anyone who knows a certain bylaws and who knows how to get your drawings approved. That's all. Hence, one more big sector or big chunk of our work has been taken away from us. Now coming to reason number 3, we don't have quality graduates in India. That's a fact, guys, because we are still learning what people were learning 10 or 15 years back. our syllabus is very old. We need reforms in our syllabus and how architecture is taught in India. We are not emphasizing even enough on BIM. We are not emphasizing enough on softwares. Our still first year graduates are still learning how to draft, how to do this, that. Now coming to reason number 4. This time the responsibility is of government and the Council of Architecture. They are not upgrading our syllabus in India on par with other countries around the world, what other countries are doing. Our syllabus and our curriculum is still very old. A lot of countries, in a lot of countries, we have to prove that our education was good enough. We don't have any international tie-ups like our Architecture Association of India, like Council of Architecture doesn't have any tie-up with international architecture agencies or other countries Architecture Council of Architecture. For example, like in India, in Canada, if I have to get myself registered, I have to submit my entire syllabus stamped and dated by Mumbai University. Then I will have to submit what I have studied for entire 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. What were my projects? If I have any projects, I have to submit those projects, transcripts, everything I have to submit. Basically, I'm just telling them that okay, what I was taught in India was relevant or was on par with what you are teaching it over here. So that's the level of scrutiny that we have to go through if we are moving abroad. How government comes into picture is government is not protecting this profession. For example, a compounder can't call himself an MBBS, right? If he writes a medicine to someone or something, it can be legally wrong. But in architecture, that's not happening. In architecture, we are lacking a lot of bylaws, a lot of controls. A lot of sector in construction is just haywired. Anyone is designing, anyone is doing whatever they want. The fire norms, the safety norms are not good in India. Even if they are good, they are not being followed. And I can prove it if someone is going to question me on this. I can prove it. I can go to a lot of hospitals and I will show you that how these are wrong. Reason number 5. Guys, this reason is something very personal to me. This is my personal opinion. You might differ to this. A lot of people are differing to this. I have spoken about this to a lot of architects as well in India. But I believe we need to have certain criteria for people to become an architect. For example, in countries like Canada, in countries like US, Australia, architecture degree is just of 4 years. Okay, you are here with me on this point, like it should be of 4 years. Next, an architecture graduate doesn't become an architect directly after graduating. They need to go for an internship, and in internship we need to clock in around 2000 hours. And once we have clocked in those hours in specific sectors, we can write an exam. And after completing the exam, we become a proper professional architects. Now, what happens over here? Uh, why this process is good for us? The process is good for us because it filters out all the architects who are just wannabe architects who somehow graduated. They have no to zero, what do you call it, inclination towards architecture. They just need a title and that's all. So to become an architect, you will have to go through this rigorous hours, then you have to go through that exam and then you become an architect. This way you are guarding your profession, you are making it more elite and you are making it more filtered for people. And of course, this can be done only if the reason number 4 can be improved. Like you need to put in strict guidelines, you need to protect the profession, and then this can happen. And then our profession can start booming up. People can start building up. People can start focusing on real architecture. They can do something good out of the profession. So I think these are the reason, and I am not hopeful that in coming future things will be changing. In coming futures, architecture salary, or the people who are working for architecture firm, their salary will increase, the fresher salary will increase. I have no hope, zero. And that's the reason I always motivate student to go abroad, do their masters, work there, and once they have made a decent amount of money, come to India, start their own firm. Probably they will have more exposure to architecture, they will have more exposure to bylaws, how good architecture is done. Not just anything for money, good architecture which makes people life better. And these kind of environments in countries like UK, Australia, Canada, USA, I'm not favoring them, but I'm saying they have it. They are first world countries for a reason. So yeah, that's why I motivate everyone. And I would like to know your thought also about these points. Do you have anything else to add to this? And if you like my video, if you like the work I'm doing for the architecture industry of India, please go ahead, hit a like and subscribe to my channel, guys. I'll be very grateful to all of you. And go ahead, take care of yourself, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.